Unveiling Strong Delusion, Video 23, Beersheba. Birth of Isaac. Genesis 21, 1-8 describes the birth of Isaac, the only child of Sarah and Abraham. Despite Isaac's importance to continuing Abraham's line, Genesis tells us little about him. He went blind at some point in his life. Banishment of Hagar and Ishmael. After Isaac's birth, Sarah demands Abraham banish Hagar and Abraham's first son, Ishmael, Genesis 21, 9-13. Elohim promised to make a great nation out of Israel, Genesis 21, 12-13, Strong's Hebrew Concordance 430. Abraham then banishes his slave Hagar and Ishmael, his son. Banishment of Hagar and Ishmael. And Abram rose up early in the morning, and took bread and a bottle of water, and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder, and the child, and sent her away, and she departed, and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. Genesis 21:14. Midbar. Genesis 21:14 uses the Hebrew word midbar, which some scholars has translated as wilderness and others as desert. See Strong's Hebrew Concordance 4057. The videos will address the real meaning of the word midbar and a temporal problem with the word midbar when the series reaches Joseph in Egypt. Wilderness of Beersheba. Hagar and Ishmael survived the ordeal in the wilderness. Ishmael dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, became an archer, and his mother found him a wife from Egypt. Genesis 21:14-21. Ishmael's wine from the wilderness of Paran? Did Ishmael's descendants bottle the Chateau Paran Justice Son and Million wine? Maybe yes, maybe no. We saw the name Paran move to South America. Bio tapestry archers. And Ishmael, the archer. Nebuchadnezzar siege of Jerusalem. And Ishmael. Naming of Beersheba. After Hagar and Ishmael wander in the wilderness of Beersheba, Genesis 21 explains how Beersheba got its name. And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well of water, which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away. And Abimelech said, I wot not who hath done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet heard I of it, but today. Genesis 21, 25-26. And Abram took sheep at an auction, and gave them unto Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant. And Abram set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Genesis 21, 27-28. Naming of Beersheba. Wherefore he called that place Beersheba, because they swear both of them. Genesis 21-31. Beersheba means well of 7. Strong's Hebrew Concordance 884. The first part of Beersheba means a well. Strong's Hebrew Concordance 875. Sheba means 7. Strong's Hebrew Concordance 7651. European cognates and beer, or beer, well. The first part of Beersheba means a well. Strong's Hebrew Concordance 875. Bere in Italian means to drink. Be'er in English means beer, which Englishmen drink. Many European languages have a beer, well, drink, liquid cognate. European cognates and Sheba, 7. 2 simple linguistic tricks show that the English 7 and Sheba derive from the same root. First, the S and SH sound have their own story in the Bible. Then said they unto him, Say now Shibboleth. And he said Sibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan. And there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 40 and 2,000. Judges 12:6. The SH sound in Sheba becomes the S sound in 7 by realizing that some could not say the SH sound. European cognates and Sheba. Second, the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet can read either as the B sound in Sheba or the V sound of 7. Video 7 on Haran showed by adding a chip to vet it becomes bet, as in bet the house. The final N, or double seven, or double Zion drops, just as it did between the Arno River in Italy and the Arnon River in the book of Joshua. Tamarisk tree in Beersheba. And Abram planted a grove in Beersheba and called there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. Genesis 21-33. Most translations say tamarisk tree rather than grove. Abram planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he called in the name of the Lord, the eternal God. Genesis 21:33, New International Version. Cathar town with a tamarisk tree. The town of Port-la-Nouvelle in the Aude department of southern France had a monumental tamarisk tree called the tamarisk des pétroliers, or the tamarisk of the pétroliers, or oilmen or oil tankers. The tamarisk des pétroliers, a giant tamarisk tree in Port-la-Nouvelle, France. Port-la-Nouvelle, 59 kilometers to Béziers or Bétel. Port-la-Nouvelle, 238 kilometers to Barcelona. Port-la-Nouvelle, 140 kilometers to Girona. Le tamarisk des pétroliers. The word pétrolier translates in English as an oil tanker or oil tank. Not a great fit for a tree. The word pétrolier makes more sense in beekeeping. Beekeepers love the tamarisk tree, also known as the salt cedar. Its deep roots allow it to find water in the driest times. In times of drought, when no other plants produce flowers for bees, tamarisk trees produce thousands of flowers in need of pollination. Bees produce a dark, almost oil-like honey from the tamarisk tree, hence the name pétrolier, or oil producing. Tamarisk trees and floods. Tamarisk trees can survive up to 70 days in floods because of their deep roots. Thank you for watching. The next video will show the still standing and guarded Machpelah, the burial place of Sarah. It will show the ethnic origins of the Hittites. It will show how the name Abraham may derive from words related to wealth and flocks in the Hittite language. Permission to copy and translate. The author permits any human being to copy and rebroadcast this video in whole or in part. The author permits any human being to translate this video into any language.